Hello everyone, this is the crimsoncure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen. Hey everybody. So don't give people a chance to get in here. Hey Malika. Hey C, how you doing? I think I finally this time was able to post all of my links in time. Cause soon as I hit the go live button, I'm like, go. And then I have to race it. I have to race the intro and all of that. Like I have to race it. I should really plug this phone up. Yeah, my little plugs all around. My little plugs are all around. Let me try to, you know what? I could just do it because it's short. This little cord is short. Okay. Hey, UFO. My day going pretty good, sweetie. I need 2020 to hurry up and go ahead on out, so we can start in on a new year. Nobody gave us a trailer for 2021, so I guess we just gonna be surprised at the theater when whatever happened. Hopefully, everything will be good. I'm making dua or Allah make 2021 better for everybody than 2020 was. It kind of put us in a collective punishment, I think. But I think some of us might have learned our lesson. So for those of us who learned our lesson, let 2020 be better for us. And for those of us that did not learn our lessons, let them stay in 2020. So, they can't follow us with that bad juju. We can't, because I'm gonna burn some sage. They can't follow us with that bad 2020 juju. We don't need bad 2020 juju that's bad. And to carry the curse into 2021. We're not carrying it in there. Hey, Chance, how you doing? Let's give people a little bit of a chance to come through. Okay, because what I have a Facebook video to show. Now, I must warn. The video itself is ratchet. It's a lot of profanity in it. It's a young lady talking to a young man. I think he's some type of little internet rapper, some type of little rapper or whatever. And she's trying to shoot her shot at him. And she displays a myriad of dysfunctions. So the video, she's using a lot of profanity. She's doing the most of the talking. It's a lot going on with it. So, I need people to not be like, ooh, it's cussing on her channel. It's cussing. Like, I don't need nobody to be up in arms about that. So I'm just giving the warning right now that the video has a lot of profanity in it. I am not able to edit it. I am not able to block that out because she has a curse word every couple of words. And it's a 30-minute video, so I'm not going to show it all the way through because it's too long. But I do have some timestamps of some key parts that I want to focus on. There are some key points that I want to focus on. So I'm going to be kind of skipping ahead in the video because really I can't take 30 minutes of it. I skipped ahead myself the first time that I watched it. I kind of skipped ahead because I cannot watch 30 minutes of See, I can't watch 30 minutes of that. That's not gonna be good. Hey, Father's Time. That's not gonna be cute. So we're not going to watch the entire thing from beginning to end, but I am going to jump to the places that I want to talk about. So hopefully you shall be entertained, since this is going to be the last live stream of 2020, technically. Ooh. So I decided let's go out with a little bit of a bang. Let's have a little laugh, but we also want to learn a little something. So I just wanted to get a few people in here. We got 30 people in the box right now. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can share this video. Share my screen. Now, apparently this young man's name is Fredo. This young man's name is Fredo, I believe. It's not super important that you see everything, but kinda yes and no, whatever. I don't know him. I don't know his little songs or Clockwork. Oh, you saw it? Okay. I don't know his little songs or whatever. I don't know him. But it's not important. It's not important who he is. It's only important how this young lady is conducting herself. And this is why I titled it the way that I did. Black women have failed their daughters, because her mother, whoever she may be, has failed her, has not taught this young woman anything about her femininity. I so have to really push. I'm in the last stretch of my book. So yay for that, but sort of like, come on, hurry up. The finish line is in sight. And it's like, I really, really, really have to push, because young ladies need the book on femininity. They literally need a guide on how to be feminine. They need like a step-by-step. And I intend to be the one to give it to them, since their mothers couldn't give it to them. Fredo Bang. Okay. Freetown MK tier. Thank you. Yeah, and that still doesn't ring a bell for me, but thank you, because maybe somebody else knows who the young man is. Okay, yes, and definitely donate to the channel if you can. No one doing this type of content on YouTube. This content is content. Okay, I'm a content creator, not a conflict creator, and it is unique. No one's covering it, especially from this perspective. And so any contribution to the channel is definitely appreciated. Very, very much so. And it keeps me able to give you this content on a regular basis and entertain you along the way, right? Okay. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So watch your ears. Lots of profanity coming your way. But here we go.
I ain't no fan of nothing. I want to fuck with you. Like, I'm going to get up bitch out of Houston. What's up? Huh? I'm a hood bitch out of Houston. Like, I really want to fuck with you. Like, I think, like, me and you will be perfectly good together. I don't date or have sex, no. Like,
so right 30 seconds in, we have this young lady declaring who and what she is. I'm a hood chick out of Houston. I'm a ghetto B out of Houston. What's up? This is her shooting her shot. This is how she speaks to a young man that she is romantically interested in. Not to mention she's in her bed. She's in her bed right now. We're going to keep going.
I'm not trying to have sex with you, but I think, like, me and you would, like, do really good together. Like, I don't date though. Okay, I'm not trying to date you, but I think, like, me and you really do really good together. Like no cap, like you trying to say you trying to fucking lie, you fucking play with about you don't date, you don't do all this. It's just my religion. I'm saying like at the end of the day, like I know I ain't know like the baddest bitch or however, cause I just woke up. But what the fuck you mean you don't date? Like you ain't even get a chance to get to know me first. Like what the fuck you mean you don't date? It's against my religion.
Not a minute and a half in, she's already combative. He said it's against his religion to date and have sex, which I don't believe. I don't even know him, and I don't believe that. And she immediately got offended and went on the defensive, and then went on the offensive, and was like, "What you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? So she's already in her masculine energy. As soon as she appeared, her first words were, "Well, I'm not a fan of anything," so a negative. And then I want to F with you. I mean, this is all within her masculine energy, right? Okay. Notice she's in her bed talking about she just woke up. She's in her bra. You just woke up with slick down baby edges. That's not slick down all that much. Okay.
How you know it ain't against my religion today? I'm saying like me.
I don't know about your religion. I know about mine.
Me plus you. Like, come on, you just gotta some shit you gotta get. I'm saying like we can be spiritual together and go cleanse our spirit out together.
What I'm saying is, I can't. It's against my religion. It's against my beliefs.
I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm not trying to do none of that. Me and you together. You get what I'm saying? Not like fucking each other. Like who won't want a project bitch that can do for them? Who won't want a project bitch that can buy their rich and do?
What?
Why would you want to fuck with a bitch from a project that can buy you a rich and Like, why you still want to fuck with all these Instagram hoes like Janelle, like fucking on all these fake ass hoes instead of fucking with a real bitch? You fucked a bitch that fucked with your ops.
When that happened?
Huh?
When that happened?
About a year ago, 2 years ago.
I don't recall that.
Y'all recall it?
Now, several things are going on in this video right now. The first thing that she's attempting to do is use her SMV. She's trying to use her sexual market value to attract him. Notice the bra, the bed, she's actually naked under there. Because she sits up at one point and you don't see any panties on the side. She's attempting to use her sexual market value. This is her attempt, and many young women and young ladies, and you'll notice, I don't know if it'll skip past it, but I watched enough to hear her say she had 2 children already and wasn't looking to have more. And then she was also in her 20s. Okay. So we notice that she's attempting to use her sexuality, which many of these young girls and the women that raised them associate their femininity with their sexuality. So this is her attempting to be feminine. Believe it or not, this is her doing her best attempt to be feminine with this man. With all of that masculine energy. All right. She's doing her level best to be feminine and sexy with this young man. Now, mind you, he's not really talking much. He's just kind of looking at her like, and is kind of laughing, and he kind of, to a certain degree, amused, but at the same time he's watching just to, he just want to see it unfold. At one point he just decides, you know what, we just gonna let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy. Okay. And I see what Father's time, you know, saying she looks tired, tripping off something. No, she just touched. That's the energy. It's off because she touched. She not how I've seen these around the hood, that she not how she just on demon time, and she's on demon time so much that is her normal space, and the normal way that she behaves, and the normal energy that she's always in is demon time. Okay, so we're gonna go.
I see.
My cousin, I got a cousin.
Oh yeah. Because I remember when you made her mad, she started fucking on your cousin. But I remember when you used to be eating on her pussy. So you talking about I'm against your religion when I ain't been passed around the motherfucking industry. Wait, you just sitting there looking, you was eating on that little yellow hoe pussy. And then you gonna get on live with me and try to front and say like you don't play around.
What you talking about?
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
I don't.
Where my baby daddy got to be your op for me to fuck on you?
Huh?
Where my baby daddy got to be your op for me to fuck on you?
What you say? I don't have sex.
I'm not trying to fuck on you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying. I don't have sex neither. I'm not trying to fuck you neither.
I'm saying though, I don't fuck around. I don't.
I mean, baby, I was just fucking with you.
I'm lost.
You lost? When you coming back to Houston?
Huh?
When you coming back to Houston? So what's up?
What?
You know.
No, I don't know. Why?
I'm saying you just see here, you looking lost, and I'm talking to you, and you act like you can't answer none of my questions. What's up?
Yeah, ask me one question.
All I said, I came at you really nicely. I came at you really calm. I came at you really collect. All I said is freedom. I'm in love with you. I'm not a fan of you. I don't jam you.
No, hold on, my name. Hold on. My name not Freedom. I'm not free.
That's how I talk. I'm protecting you.
Yeah, I ain't
I'm not
free.
gonna say your name the way they hoes saying your name. I'm not gonna say your name the way they hoes saying your name. Go back to fucking with her. Go back to fucking on her.
The default disrespect. He said, my name is not Frito. Instead of correcting herself, she defends it. She defends her mispronunciation of his name. I'm sorry. She defends it. Apparently his name is Fredo, as in the Godfather, his brother, Fredo. And she says Frito. And then he says, my name is not Frito. And she talks over him. She attempts to overtalk him as he attempts to get her attention to correct her on something. And she doesn't want to be corrected on something as simple as the pronunciation of his name. Then she deflects and defends it and says, well, that's just how I talk. I'm gonna go forward because, like I said, we're not gonna watch all of this. As you can see, it's like 35 minutes long. So I'm gonna speed up to her just getting angry for no reason. She's sitting, so she's moved from the bed to, I guess, the bathroom or whatever room she's in.
My bad.
Give me a kiss.
No. I don't kiss.
It's the nigga that fucked the IG model and ate her pussy for me. But I'm happy that you changed your religion. Let me tell you something, because I see that you gonna sit on this motherfucking live. Bitch, don't try to motherfucking play with me like I'm just eating motherfucking body. I'm that motherfucking bitch, like for real. Like, it's always a nigga that can fuck. It's always a nigga that can fuck a rapper baby mama for me trying to stun up on a bitch like me. Yeah, bitch, I dare you to try to stun on me and try to play with me after you done fucked on me. Like, what? You done fucked you done fucked the trash ass hoe out of Houston or whatever. You gonna try to get on this bitch and play with me? You gonna try to get on this bitch like, what?
I thought we talked about this.
No, I'm saying like you really don't need to talk just playing with me. Like, you really don't need to talk just playing with me. I don't like that. Like, I really don't appreciate things.
But I just told you.
It don't matter what you just told me. You just really only talk playing with me. Like, I don't appreciate that shit.
But
like, for real, like, it ain't about what you talk. No, be quiet, because I just let you talk. It ain't about that. Like, do you, like, no, because you smiling when you talk to me, and I'm not smiling while I'm talking to you.
I'm not smiling right now, I just look like that. I got like a permanent smile.
Yeah, big nose, bushy ass eyebrows. Stop motherfucking playing with me. Like, stop playing.
So, y'all know where I'm going with this. I'm kind of letting it play a little bit. Other people thought it was funny, of course, as they were commenting and things of that nature. But I don't see anything funny here. I don't see anything amusing about what is happening in front of us. I see failure. I see that this young lady has not been raised properly, and it probably goes back about 3 generations. I see a young woman with 2 children. She's somebody's mother twice over. I have no doubt in my mind that she's going to fail her children. If she can't get anything together, if nothing happens with her where she's able to process this differently than she's processing any of this, those children are shot before they even begin. They are done for before it even starts. I don't know how old they are because I skipped a lot of parts myself, but I know that I heard her say that she had 2. And they're young enough to need to be raised. She's already admitted that she's in the projects. The way she talks, the way she conducts herself, the way that the energy is, her children don't have a shot. They are food for the gynocracy already. If it's a girl, she's going to fail her daughter as she was failed. And if it's a boy, he's going to be cannon fodder. He's going into the meat grinder as early as possible. She's already learned how to talk down to men, specifically Black men. And this is how she's talking to one she's interested in, supposedly. She's quote unquote not even mad at him. She likes him, quote unquote. And this is how she's talking to him. And he's just looking like, really? He's just letting it ride. Like, he's just letting it ride. She's doing all this herself. If she didn't like the way he's responding to her, he told her no right from the beginning. She could have hung up. She could have got off the live and been salty and cussed him out to her girlfriends, and it would have been over. It wouldn't be a 35-minute video going around the internet of this, whoever she is, making a fool out of herself to this young man who couldn't care less about what she's talking about and what she's on. He's just looking in astonishment like the rest of us, really. Right, Father Sam. She'll be somewhere talking about she wants a high value man. Complete lack of femininity. This is what the gynocracy produces. We are living in the results of 3 generations of hardcore gynocentrism. And you guys, you women out there are still holding on to that. You're still trying to defend that. You're still all over the internet, even though the environment has changed because of the virus that's going around, and all of these sorts of things have shut down economies, especially the American one, to a large degree. Many of you have lost your job. A lot of the economic landscape has changed, and not for the better for many of you. And you're still holding on to an ideology that has failed. It has produced failed results. We're looking at it. We hear it, we look at it, we see it, we speak about it every day. Every day. And you're so busy. This is why I did the video that I did about Black women aren't self-identified either, because you've wrapped your identity up so far into this narrative, you can't even leave it now when it's truly to your detriment in front of your face. You're living in the detrimental consequences. You're living them. You're living them. And all around you, things are changing, not for the better. And you're still doggedly holding on to something that failed you, failed your mother, failed her mother. And whether you think the narrative of blaming Black men and it's the men's fault is true or not, how does that help you today with your failure today? How does that get you out of it? How does that make sure that you aren't going to fail your children, and that the children that you raise today won't be dealing with the same problems that you deal with? How is it going to help you? Let's just say that narrative is true. Let's just say everything is Black men's fault. Okay, let's just ride with that for a minute. How does that help you today, right now, practically in your life? What does that do? Does it get your bills paid? Does it put you in a different, better, more positive state of mind? Does it raise your children better? Does it produce a better environment, both internally and externally? What does that narrative do for you? What has that identity done for you? How has it helped you? How has it moved you forward? And you think this is cute. You think this behavior is okay. Just like you thought the behavior with the women twerking in the True Kitchen was okay. You thought that was all right. And then you want to squawk about, we just having fun, and we just saying, why it's got to be, we got to act a certain way as women, because you don't have any femininity. You don't have any class. You don't have any decorum. You don't have any type of dignity or anything about yourself. Nothing. And listen, this is a hood chick talking to you. I've grown up in nothing but the hood of Chicago. That's the only place I ever lived. I never lived in the real nice parts of Chicago. I never lived in the suburbs. But even I was able to be like, okay, let me do this a different way, because this seems like almost like a dead end. It's like a dead end. And I looked around and I saw the older women, and I didn't want my life to be like theirs. So I'm like, okay, so then if I don't want my life to be like theirs, then it has to be something different that I have to do. And I didn't know what I needed to do. There was no handbook for me. There was no, guidance really for me. I just had to close my eyes and figure it out. But at least I had the wherewithal to think that what I was being taught and what I was being shown in terms of what it was to be a woman was a failed thing. I saw how my mother acted towards my father, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to do that. I saw that as the dysfunction that it was, because I was a child living through the consequences of their dysfunction. And I'm like, okay, they're dysfunctional. And I didn't know why. I didn't have all the answers, but I knew that when I got married to my husband, I didn't want to argue and fight all the time. I knew that when I grew up and I wanted a relationship, I knew that I didn't want it to be chaotic. Now, I didn't really know how to have the relationship. I knew more about what I didn't want rather than what I wanted and how to achieve that. I knew I didn't want to be in a situation where my husband comes home and I immediately have all of this slick, little fly stuff to say to him. It's real slick and real fly. And then get popped in the mouth behind it. And then you fighting. And then the police got to get called. And then everybody on the block knows that your mother and father were fighting. We're going to move forward. Because she's going off. She's going ham right here, right?
Like, stop playing with me.
So we're going to move forward a bit.
What you saying is what? What you saying? What is you saying?
Can I speak?
Okay, what you saying?
I do not have sex or date sex.
I'm not. When I ever tell I'm trying to fuck you, you keep like, I just think that you need,
What?
but like I just hate we got off on bad terms. But at the end of the day, like you just do whatever you want to do.
Me?
I don't want that motherfucking partner. I want this right hook.
I fast forwarded to this part because she's now back calm. Okay. She goes back calm. I just hate we got out on the wrong foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's back to her version or her view of being feminine. And let me make something very clear. The majority of you gynocrats, whether you're a hood project chick, as she described herself, or whether you're a bachelor degree or whatever degree earning six-figure, all of you approach your relationships like this. Let's just call a thing a thing. All of you gynocrats approach relationships with that masculine energy. And you might not curse. You might be the type that you don't use profanity, and your weave don't look bad like that. You get the good weave. You know, you got the good melted lace front. You pay a good 2-3 stacks for your bundles, honey. You wear nice shoes and clothes, and your house look good, and your car is nice, and you wear nice perfume, and but you still approach your relationships like this, which is why you're single. Which is why you get my age single, but you've never had a relationship. See, I'm my age single, but I have a track record of a relationship. I didn't get to be 42 and no man has ever chosen me. I wasn't good enough for any of the men that ever came into my life. None of them looked at me and said, this is a wife. I don't have that track record, but you do. You've been through countless men, and none of them stopped to say, or none of the ones that you wanted stopped to say, this is a wife. I'm going to take time with her and see if we can't cultivate a relationship, a good relationship and a marriage, because I see her as a wife. I see the potential in it. I see the material there that I can work with. They all looked at you, and whether they tried to forge a relationship with you or not, it's like, yeah, I tried. A couple of years we was together, and I tried to make it work, and it didn't work because y'all approach y'all relationships with that masculine energy and on demon time. I don't care if you cuss like a sailor like she's doing, or if you never utter a profane word, but you still carry that masculine dominating, I own you energy with your men. This young lady's personal market value is bad because her self-esteem is low enough that she was on a 35-minute live stream trying to beg a young man that she doesn't know for a relationship that he is uninterested in giving her. Not only is she begging him for a relationship that he's not interested in offering at all and had not offered, she's doing so in a very assertive, aggressive, masculine way. And she's half naked. She's been on the camera half naked the whole time. Personal market value is in the trash. Her self-esteem is in the trash. It's trash. Belonging market value is also trash because she wasn't taught the family value. She wasn't taught values, which is why she's young like she is with 2 children. Her friendship market value is trash because whatever social circle she's got, they probably encouraged her to do this. She certainly doesn't have a group of friends that were real friends to her and tell her, girl, don't do that. Her sexual market value, she's trying to use that for what it's worth. It's the only thing that she's got that she thinks has any value at all. Her marriage market value is non-existent. It's non-existent. This is why I speak the way that I speak, hoping that younger women and older women who are raising younger women get this message. You have to be able to see the failure that gynocratic thinking produces. See, we judge something by the fruit that it bears. It can be in theory all at once, but the reality of the fruit cannot be denied. It can't be denied. Whoever this young lady really is, the fact that her mother and the women in her family have failed her cannot be denied. It just can't. Thank you for the Cash App, Ruminant. And DH, thank you as well. I'm going to skip ahead once more because she's going to threaten him real quick.
Before I get out this live, I gotta go. I gotta get my shit together. I want you to know.
You gotta get your shit together?
I gotta get my shit together if I can go. I want you to know. I may not ever see you cooped up with no bitch, or I'ma come to you and find you. Like, your religion better stay the same way. Like, it better stay the same way, or I'm gonna find you, and when I find you, it's gonna go down. You understand? Like, this ain't no threat, this ain't no none of that. Like, I promise you. If you ever out with another bitch and I find out about it and I know something of it, I'm coming and I'm gonna snatch that hoe up and I put that on everything I stand for on my too.
What?
We got that understood like before we disconnect each other.
You said what you said.
Like, damn. It's gonna be big smoke. Can I get you to understand that too? I'm asking you, do you understand it? Can you say yes, Veronica, I understand. Yes, I understand.
Yes, Veronica, I heard what you said.
So you ain't gonna disrespect me, you ain't gonna make me feel out of the way, out of the deep.
How can I?
Thank you, Eric Denman. So I love your work and what you're trying to accomplish, but most of these hyenas can't be saved. There are a lot of women in the corporate world that have this same energy, but the young ones have to see it. The young ones have to see how it is a failure. They have to be able to see it. See, I'm not there to personally hold anyone's hand, but somebody somewhere has got to get this message. Because the collective of older Black women, my generation on up, have failed these young women. Failed them. This is why they act the way they do. The boomer women set us on a path that has just been destructive all the way through. Somebody has to try to right the ship at some point. Somebody. I have to have hope that some young lady somewhere gets it. That some mother who's raising a young lady can get it and course correct herself and correct what she may have already taught her daughter. You know? But she's already threatened him. And I just want to say something. This young man isn't letting her talk to him any kind of way. He doesn't care. She's inconsequential to him. This is the energy, not of a coward, but of somebody who's completely emotionally uninvested and unbothered with what's going on. This young lady has a mental issue. Her mental and emotional health is whacked. She's emotionally unstable. She's gone off several times. And he's barely said just a few words here and there sprinkled throughout. She's gone off. She snapped off. She's emotionally completely unstable. Like, this is an unstable person. We don't know her, so we don't know what gave her that instability. But to be as young as she is with 2 children, she's never been stable. She's never been secured. She's never had an environment with people in it that were teaching her how to be. Not properly. She was being taught everything inappropriately. That's pretty much the end of what I wanted to show you guys. Just her kind of threatening him and then like wanting him to confirm that he understood her threat like a child. Like you would say to your kid, if you do that again, I'm gonna spank you. Do you understand me? Huh? And if they like, tap dance around and no, tell me you understand me. Say yes, ma'am. Right? Say yes, sir. Right? Because you want the child to confirm that they understood that if they threw a tantrum or did whatever another time, that they were going to be disciplined for that. So this is what she's pulling with him. She's sunning him. She's trying to sun him. Don't mind the cat.
She's looking.
Like, fucking with another hoe.
Don't fuck with nobody.
Like, mind-wise.
Ain't nobody mind can connect with that, so
you think so?
No.
You didn't hung up on like 5 people before me. I think my mind is not connected with yours.
Nah, I just really got you on here to correct me.
You do?
Because
and what else?
You just kept saying false stuff, and I don't want you to like spread it.
Well, I don't think it's false, but I think you just don't want it back in the air right now. Let's just see it like that. And wait a minute, you don't even gotta say that. You don't even gotta say that. Be quiet. Let me finish saying what I got to say. Just lick your lip. You know what's up. Let's just put it like that. And we're gonna be girls out of Section 8. Religion been changed when a project bitch get on foot.
So we don't need to go any further with this. We don't need to go any further. She wants to be respected. She wants loyalty from a man she does not know. She does not know this man at all. She doesn't know him. She knows social media stuff. She doesn't know him. She's sitting around talking to this man crazy. She don't know what he got going on. She done told him where she is. He don't know. She doesn't know if he can have somebody to find her, have somebody to find her. She get pulled up on by a chick she don't know and get the dog snot beat out of her for talking crazy. They delusional. You've lied to them so much. Feminism has lied. And you, as Black women and mothers, you have lied to your daughters. And you should be ashamed of that lie. You see these young women suffering. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's going to continue to get worse as the economic landscape remains changed. As men wake up and be like, no, we don't want to deal with it, because young men his age, they don't care. They don't care about stuff like the boomers' race loyalty, and they don't care about that. He doesn't care about her. He doesn't have anything for her. Nothing. And you can't admit that I failed my daughter. I set her feet on a path that didn't do me any good, and I'm sending her to her doom. And the bitterness in your heart won't let you correct it, even if you have an opportunity to correct it. The bitterness you have, the demon time that you on, won't let you do it. This is why I say it's demonic. Shaitan is the father of confusion. This woman is spiritually confused. Somebody put her on demon time when she was little, and she just own it now. She just on demon time. You can't no man of any righteousness or any type of good put his seed in that soil. Can't do it. Thank you, Mars Morrow, for the super sticker. Thank you. Can't do it. You failed them. Why come you can't say you failed them? Why you keep repeating and regurgitating them same lies to the young generation? Why you keep saying it to them? You don't need no man, and black men ain't no good, and this and that. And you listen, that stuff is about to run out. Them little benefits and entitlement programs, and you can push out a bunch of kids and get on Section 8, and the government will take care of you, and you can talk to your men any kind of way, and you can act any old type of way and be masculine and be this and be that, and some man gotta love you in spite of you. That's that old baby boomer stuff. That's that Splash Brothers simp stuff. These young men is not doing that. They don't care nothing about that. They'll go get them a Latina in 2 hot seconds. Matter of fact, they prefer them. Or just a racially ambiguous woman. You don't know what she is. A woman that's been in a culture that teaches a woman at least somewhat how to have some femininity, how to have some womanliness about them. Thank you, Corey. And you wonder why the marriage rate is so low, why you're so single all the time. Because you don't have no femininity and you push against it. The only time that you want to adopt any form of femininity is that level up crap. Because that affords you the ability to wear another lie under the cloak of a lie to try to get something that you want. And you still being destructive and manipulative and dishonest the whole way through. Stop telling your daughter she can have a bunch of kids and get on Section 8 and all that kind of stuff. You know, as this economy changing and all of that kind of stuff, they're going to start rearranging this money. Y'all realize that, don't y'all? That rearranging the welfare system will become a top priority because that is where they're going to pull that money from to pay for other things that become more important. You know, there are other things and more important in the economy than supporting you on Section 8, right? Because they don't really care about whether or not it's plenty of people about to be on the street now, if they're not already on the street. Once these little moratoriums and stuff like that lift up from the quarantine and people been furloughed on their job, it's about to hit. Thank you so much, Xavier Brothers Group. So thanks for the honesty. You're very welcome. Thank you. All them little programs, they're about to take that money and put it somewhere else. We can't be supporting you and your 10 kids with 10 baby daddies. We're not going to do that. You're going to have to figure it out like everybody else. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. Do you have a daughter? Hopefully she can get something out of it. You know, just be mindful that I showed a video that was very vulgar. So I don't know how old your daughter is or what your rules are on her listening to something that has a lot of profanity in it, but hopefully you'll be able to sort of guide that as you watch and let her know what's going on. But I definitely appreciate that, because the young ladies need to hear why that behavior is wrong. I've been yapping at y'all for about an hour. And I definitely appreciate you guys coming through with the support, with the monetary support, and just the support of you guys showing up, showing me some love. I definitely appreciate it. The gynocracy is going to fall, if for no other reason than the drastic change and the quick change of the environment that we are in, because the gynocracy only existed because of the type of environment that it's standing on. It's standing on a false foundation. It's not real. The gynocracy, and that it's a false construct. It's not organic and it's not natural. And it is not, and more importantly, it is not divinely ordained. So it must fall, because the pillars upon which it stands will begin to topple. And you have to be ready for that change. You got to be ready for that change. Most of you won't be, sad enough to say. You won't take that change. You won't accept it. You'll be too slow on the uptake, thinking that things will go back to the way that they were. But I'm here to tell you, Black women, my sisters, listen, that narrative about it being Black men's fault is going to be irrelevant and a moot point anyway, whether it's true or false. You're going to have to stand up on your own too, whether that narrative is true or false, because in a moment, that narrative won't even exist. It won't even matter. Because the rug is about to get snatched out from under your feet. This term that just went by and how desperately you voted for the Democrats actually lets me know that you can see the writing on the wall and you're trying to erase it. It won't be erased. You think that'll save you, but it won't, because the Democrats can't save you. They wouldn't. If it were up to them, they wouldn't do it. They'd throw you in the meat grinder just to see it grind. Not going to help you. Thank you to Evo Sosa. Thank you so much. Say, yeah, online as the roar is music to the righteous ear. Thank you, Big Cheese. Say 100% uncut raw. But I am going to go ahead and get out of here. But before I do that, you've got what, 2 days? 1 or 2 days? 1 day? 1.5 days for a 20% discount on A Game. So what I want you to do, as soon as this video is over or before it's over, go into the description box below. Click the link for A Game at agameherbal.com and use the promo code Kendra20 to get your 20% discount. You've only got until the clock strikes, okay, to get your discount. So everybody, give yourself the gift of better health. And for the ladies, give that gift to the men in your life. And with that, we're going to be out of here. I want to thank you guys so much once again. Peace out. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below.
Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.